Hello, this is the Grief Time channel. Today we're going to tell you which celebrities have passed away. Videos are published every day, subscribe and press the bell.
Italian sports journalist and writer Sconcerti was the son of Adriano Sconcerti, a well-known boxing promoter, and began his journalistic career at Corriere dello Sport in Florence. In 1972, he moved to the editorial office of Corriere dello Sport in Milan, Davergo, on 17 December 2022. Sconcerti died in a hospital in Rome one day before the 2022 FIFA World Cup final and one day after the death of Sinisa Mihajlovic. He had been hospitalized for routine tests at the Roman Polyclinic of Tor Vergata, and death came suddenly. Until the day before his death, he had collaborated with Corriere dello Sport. After his death, he was inducted into the Italian Football Hall of Fame. Italian Cardinal of the Catholic Church who served as Archbishop of Turin from 1999 to 2010. A bishop since 1980, he was made a cardinal by Pope John Paul II in 2001. Poletto was born in Salgoretta, Veneto on 18 March 1933, the youngest of 11 children, 9 of whom survived infancy. The family emigrated to the Piedmont in search of work in 1952. He studied at the seminary in Treviso and then at the major seminary in Casale Monferrato in the province of Alessandria. He was ordained a priest on 29 June 1957 by Bishop Giuseppe Angersani of Casale Monferrato. He earned a licentiate in moral theology summa cum laude from the Alphonsine Academy in Rome in 1977 and worked as a curate in Montemagno. Brazilian author and professor. At the time of her death, Pinon was considered among the foremost writers in Brazil. Tadeu Lida Quinas Pinon was born in 1937 in the middle class, Vila Isabel area of Rio de Janeiro, to Olivia Carmen Quinas Pinon, a homemaker, and Lino Pinon Munoz, a merchant. Her mother was the child of Galician immigrants, her father a first-generation Galician immigrant. She studied at the Catholic University of Rio de Janeiro before working as a journalist for the newspaper Globo and the magazine Cadernos Brasileiros. She has taught writing in workshops and at institutions including Columbia University, Johns Hopkins, and the University of Miami, where she has been the Stanford Professor of Humanities. Slovak actress and theater manager Augusta Vikova was born in the village of Budmarice on 6 August 1934. She grew up in Pazino. Augusta Vikova was among the first graduates of the Academy of Performing Arts in Bratislava. In 1952, she joined the Janko Borodak Theater in Nitra as an actress, where she spent her entire career. From 1972 to 1982, she was the art director of the theater, and from 1982 to 1990, she led the theater as its director. During her tenure as the director, a new theater building was constructed. Her last performance as an actress took place in 2007. Augusta Vikova died on 15 December 2023 at the age of 88. Filipino writer, poet, and activist who founded and led the Communist Party of the Philippines and added elements of Maoism to its philosophy, which would be known as national democracy. His ideology was formed by applying Marxism, Leninism, Maoism to the history and circumstances of the Philippines. Dotsie Sison was born in Ilocos, Sur, to a landowning political family. He was educated in Manila, studying at Ateneo de Manila University, Colegio de San Juan de Letran, and the University of the Philippines. He then became a professor of literature, political science, and Rizal-like studies. During his youth, he learned about the rebellion of the communist Hukbala Hapuke, which ended in 1954. Iranian Shah Marja Jat Rouhani resided in Qom. He claimed to have gained ijtihad from the Grand Ayatollah Abba al-Qasim al-Kaweh at the age of 14. He announced his Marja'iyya after the death of Grand Ayatollah Hossein Burwurjerdi at the age of 35. Rouhani was one of the first senior clerics to be placed under house arrest under direct order from Grand Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini just a few years after the Iranian Revolution. Rouhani was a critic of the Iranian government. Rouhani was born on 16 July 1926 to Sayyid Mahmoud Rouhani Ghori. 1961, a renowned instructor in the Islamic Seminary of Qom. Serbian professional football player and manager During his career as a footballer, he played as a defender or midfielder. He won the European Cup with Red Star Belgrade in 1991 and played for the majority of his career in the Italian Serie A, making 353 appearances for Roma, Sampdoria, Lazio, and Inter Milan, and winning league titles with the latter two clubs. Considered by many to be among the best free kick takers of all time, he holds the all-time record in Serie A for most goals from free kicks with 28 goals. He won 63 caps and scored 10 goals for Yugoslavia from 1991 to 2003, of which his first 4 caps in 1991 represented Sefer Yugoslavia. German actor, Hawax was born in Jüterbog, Brandenburg on 10 July 1938. He died on 15 December 2023 at the age of 84. Italian actress who is foremost known for her appearances in the Italian exploitation cinema in the late 1960s and in the 1970s. She is not to be confused with the stage actress and director of the same name. Daniela Giordano was the winner of local beauty pageants in her hometown Palermo, and by the year 1966 as Miss Sicily won the Miss Italia contest. She was in the second place at the Miss Europe contest in 1967. Giordano made her cinema debut in 1967 with the Franco and Sicchio film I Barbiere di Sicchia by Marcello Ciorciolini. She had been active in a plethora of genres, including commedia all'italiana. Known professionally as Charlie Gracie, was an American rock and roll and rhythm and blues singer and guitarist. His biggest hits were Butterfly and Fabulous, both in 1957. Charlie Gracie was born in South Philadelphia to Santo and Mary Grassini Capitzes, who were both of Sicilian heritage. At the age of 10, Gracie's father encouraged him to play the guitar. His musical career started at the age of 16 when he appeared on the Paul Whiteman television show in 1952. Gracie performed at weddings, local restaurants, and parties, and on local radio and television. He also won regional talent contests. Charlie graduated from South Philadelphia High School in 1952.